my other guy here with me, who's our Director of Sales and Marketing, is Ryan Frederick. Ryan, you want to say hello?
Hey, everybody.
So Ryan's here, and let's begin. So I wanted to start out telling you guys a little bit about the background on our company. The picture that you see on the right is the advertisement that my father, Bob Bettinardi, saw in a golf shop in the winter of 1991. So he was an avid golfer. He was 28 years old at the time, and he was sick and tired of the Chicago weather. It was 30 degrees, balmy. There was no golf going on. So he got the golf bug. He walked into a golf store in December, and he saw this advertisement on the wall for a putter that looked like it was milled on a Bridgeport milling machine. So on the top left portion of that picture, you can see the old school Bridgeport milling machine. And at the time, my dad had his own manufacturing facility with 1 or 2 CNC machines, which stands for computer numerical control. So when he saw this ad for this putter that was coming out of a block of steel, he was wondering, you know what, why in the world are they using old school technology to make putters? Why aren't they milling it on these high-end CNC milling machines? So you see in the bottom part of that ad, it was Callaway. It was a Callaway billet series, so he called Callaway, got a hold of their manufacturer at the time, who was Ken Giannini, and started, left a message. Ken Giannini called him back pretty quickly, told him he was unhappy with his vendor. So my dad said, yeah, I'm going to come out to California. Let's learn how to make putters. He worked with him for a little while. Came back to Chicago, and took him about 40 tries to actually make one putter out of a solid block of steel. And what's really unique to Bettinardi is that my dad was the originator of the one-piece milled putter, meaning machining a putter out of one solid piece of metal, versus in the past they used to mill the head, and then they would mill the neck, and then they would weld the two together. So that's why this was really groundbreaking technology for us and for the golf industry in general. And this caught on with Giannini and Callaway. We milled all of his putters. And there's another person that came calling in '93 by the name of Scotty Cameron, who was working with Mizuno. So we teamed up with him and milled all the putters for him from '93 to '97. So all the putters, during that time frame were actually milled by our machine shop for Cameron and Titleist. Which a lot of people don't know. Some people do know, but a little cool piece of history for us. Dating back to the early to mid '90s in putter lore. So starting in '97 was towards the end of our relationship with Cameron, and in '98 my dad had the idea, to start his own company. He really liked making putters. He enjoyed what he was doing, and he wanted to put his own name on a putter. So in 1998, Bettinardi Golf was born. And what was really great was at the beginning of '98, he came out with the product line. And he went to the Greater Greensboro Open, where he gave a putter to Jasper Parnevik on Monday, and Jasper won the tournament on Sunday. And he had a tournament record 99 putts. So this kind of went down. It was unbelievable for my dad. He thought, this is easy. I'm just going to go to every tour event and give guys my putters, and they're all going to win. Well, it really isn't that easy, as most of you probably know. It takes a lot of time, but we struck gold with Jasper, and he won. And he won a couple other tournaments after that with our putter. But the unique part about the Bettinardi name that caught on to these PGA professionals was the face milling on our putters. It was the honeycomb face milling. And we created that by using a jeweler's bit or a different machine tool to actually machine the face of the putter on vertical milling machines, where at the time most putters, like I mentioned, were on Bridgeport or horizontal. We actually came down vertically on the face of the putter, which was unique. So it was a different face process, which left a completely flat face, flatter than a traditional fly mill face, which other manufacturers use. And this face milling was completely flat and actually looked very appealing to the eye. So it caught a lot of people's attention, and we got Jasper to use it. Shortly after, Phil Mickelson won in 2000 Colonial. We had Jim Furyk won the U.S. Open, was our first major in 2003 here at Olympia Fields. And that was during that time. We had about 5 or 6 victories under our belt. Luke Donald, Matt Kuchar, Phil Mickelson, some big names at the time. And my dad wanted to team up with an OEM, so we can have a little bit more tour exposure, because at the time we would go to tour and we would have some of these people use our products, and then maybe the next week or a month later they would get the big contract from a larger golf company to switch putters. And this was very agonizing to my father, you know, having to go out there, do the hard work, get the player to use a Bettinardi putter, and then they'd switch. So he said, you know what, I want to team up with Hogan, kind of like what some other manufacturers were doing, putter manufacturers were doing. So we were at the Ben Hogan Company from 2003 to 2005, and that was during this time, like I just mentioned, was Jim Furyk won the first major with our putter, the U.S. Open, and that really set things on the map. You know, Jim Furyk picked up the putter on a Tuesday, because it was Olympia Field, which is only 20 minutes from our facility here, came to the shop on a Tuesday and won on Sunday with the putter. And that just set things off. It was the old Baby Ben, for some of you that may remember that shape of the putter. Kind of looked like a hammerhead shark shape, you know, a big back flange, and it kind of came in and, you know, with the honeycomb face on there. So that was huge for us. And then the next year, 2004, we had a Fijian player named Vijay Singh who rattled off 4 tournaments in a row, the Buick Open, the PGA Championship, the Deutsche Bank, and the Bell Canadian. And he became #1 player in the world using a Japanese model putter that we made, which was an MC3. And again, just the positive momentum continued. And we were derailed a little bit because the Ben Hogan Company was associated with Spalding. Spalding was bought out by Callaway for the golf ball. So Callaway already had Odyssey in their putter portfolio and did not need another brand. So they said, you know, we're okay with you guys, and that's when we, you know, had the idea and were approached by Mizuno. So we were with Mizuno from 2006 to 2009, and that was a great partnership. You know, we had Luke Donald under our belt, who was #1 player in the world at that time frame, and was really great. But towards the end of the deal, the end of the 3 years, we decided to go our separate ways. We really wanted to be independent and the flexibility to do our own thing, and, you know, have these cool prototype putters, and, you know, maybe make wedges someday, and just have the ability to be a lot more creative. So that's when the partnership ended. And right now, from 2010 till 2015, we've been on our own. And if you'd like to see a little bit more information, you can go ahead and check out more of a detailed timeline on our website right there. So yeah. Our unique process, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what separates Bettinardi from the rest of us, is the unique process. So our expertise in milling. A lot of you, like when I first started this talk with you guys tonight, I told you that my father had 2 CNC milling machines. We now have 28 machines, and in addition to making putters, we make parts for other industries, such as hydraulics industries, aerospace, medical devices, and communications industries. And what this allows us to do, and why we're experts in machining, is because these industries require our shop to be ISO 9001-2008 certified, which is a international standard of doing business, global standard, that says you check your parts and you do things a certain way. So this is really something that's elevated our inspection to be able to machine things up to a certain standard. The one-piece technology is how we make all of our putters out of a single block of steel. There's no castings, there's no forgings, there's no weldings anymore. All of our putters start out of a solid block of metal. And from that solid block of steel, you can kind of see in this bottom left picture some remaining metal on there. We sculpt a piece of metal into a putter, which is a really cool process. There's some videos online we can send you later if you're interested. But this is something that really separates Bettinardi apart from everybody else. The ingenuity of the honeycomb face, talking about how we come straight down vertically on the face of the putter, that, you know, makes the putter head and the face of the putter about 100% flatter than traditional putters. It's got a great feel, and it also looks very unique. And the last point is talking about our finish options and variety in head shapes. Over the last few years, we've expanded our product line. We have 18 SKUs this year, and from the variety in head styles to, you know, answer head styles, blades, mallets, you know, we
I'm going to introduce Roy Kultz. He is the inventor of the Advanced Frequency System. He's going to take you through and show you how easy it is to profile a shaft, how consistent the readings are, and he'll be able to answer any questions, and I'll be doing a little narrating why he's doing it. So without further ado, we're going to get into, and Roy's going to profile the shaft. He's going to profile this Acra FX 150 M3. Okay, Roy, you're on. Do the raw, do the raw button first.
Oh,
First thing we're going to do is a raw butt frequency with a 205 weight. And that's done at the 41 inch.
$242. $242. $242.
Okay. Now we'll take the 205 off and put the 454. Now, as you can see, there's stops on here. That's 41 inch. You put it in the machine, clamp it at that first stop. That's 41 inches. And where I marked the shaft is exactly where it's at.
174. 175. 174.
Now he's going to the 36, the stop's up, puts the shaft up against it, drops the stop, hits the foot pedal for the cylinder to actuate the shaft, resets the machine.
194. 194. 194. $222.
This is a 31 inch mark.
221. 221.
26.
267. 267. 267.
Now the 21 inch.
334. 333. 333. 468. 468. 467. 727. 729. 732. 728. So that was within
Yep.
3
It's all
CPM.
within 3. Yep. Very consistent.
There you go. Now this time I'll show you how quick and easy it is to take the 7 different measurements off of one shaft. 174. $193. $221. $267. $333. $468. $733.